Hi, welcome to Dr. VASU'S lectures. In continuation of C programming, now we are going to see the features of C. So here, let us see the C features. What are the different features available in C language? It's a general purpose language. So it can be used to program any type of application. So it may be a general purpose application, a scientific application, or any sort of an enterprise or a embedding system. Yeah, for any application, this can be used. That is a general purpose language. It is a structured programming language. Means complex program is divided into smaller parts. Like if you want to write a bigger program, it will be difficult to handle the program. So this program can be made into simpler and small parts, and these small parts can be used many number of times. So here an advantage or a very powerful feature in this is they are coming in the form of functions. So these functions can be used a number of times and wherever it is required. So, and it is simple and efficient. A very simple language and easily can be learned and easy to understand and very efficient to run it. Easy to learn, right? Next, fast. The execution of these programs are fast. So it is a compiler based. Already in the previous module we have seen this C programming is a compiler based. That's why it is faster. The execution is fast. Rich libraries. The C comes with a bundle of libraries. Means number of features are available already, and we can make use of these built-in functions. Already C comes with these functions, and we can make use of these already available functions. Extensive set of libraries. The number of libraries are available, and these libraries can be used for our various purposes while writing the program. And user can create and add functions. One more advantage, a beauty of this C language is we can create and add to these libraries also. A user can become a very powerful, and we can create and add the functions to the libraries. That's a very powerful feature. So like, share and comment, and subscribe to Dr. VASU'S lectures and get more videos. Thank you. So in continuation, portability. It is portable. Suppose we are writing a program in C language. This can be run on any type of machine. It may be a Windows or a Mac or whatever it is. Provided that machine has that compiler to run these C programs. The program which we are writing for any type of machine won't change. We write only one type of programming, and it can be run on any type of machine, right? Code is same. Whatever the program we are writing won't change. It is the same. Statically typed language. This is an important concept, and we must remember this. And here it is a statically typed language. Let us see what it is. Type checking at compilation time. That is, type means the variables. Suppose we are using a number of variables. These variables are checked at the time of compilation. Our program, whatever the program we are running, it is given to the compiler, and the compiler creates an object file. In this process, it checks whatever the type of variables we are giving, and at the time of compilation itself, it takes care of. So here, data types are checked and identified at the time of compilation. Why it happens is, it is, suppose data types. We have two types of data. One is a character, and another is a number. Suppose we want to add two numbers, 3 plus 4 or some a plus b. This a and b must be number type. Then only we can add. Suppose a is a number type and b is a character or something else, some other variable. Suppose we want to add a number with a letter or a character, it is not possible. If we do that sort of mistake, that mistake will be taken care of at the time of compilation itself. So the data types are checked, and whether you are adding two same type of variables or not is checked at the time of compilation itself. Explicit declaration is required. We have to declare what type of a, suppose a is a variable, what type of variable, whether it is a number or a character or what sort of, whether the number has a decimal places or not. All these must be clearly specified. So that is the declaration of these variables. Errors detected or when these errors are detected at the time of compilation itself, that gives an error and that gives a clear picture that this the error is here. So when you are doing some error, we can rectify that at the early stages itself. So in the early stages, we detect these errors and we rectify them and give again we can compile it. So these errors detection is done at the early stage. Programs perform better because at the time of compilation itself, we are taking care of all this error checking. The final program which you are finally running or executing will come out very beautifully, and we get a very better picture, a good program. Similar to this statically type languages, other languages are Fortran, Pascal, Java, Kotlin. All these are the similar type of programming languages. Another opposite to this is statically typed dynamic type. This in the dynamic type programming languages, checking is done at runtime or execution time. When you have written a program, these programs are executed at the time of execution only. This error checking will be done. So at the time of error execution, there will be a problem, and the running of the execution of the program slows down. It takes a lot of time. So that is at the end stage. So this type of errors can be avoided here when it is a statically typed language. Coming to this dynamic type, there are different languages. They are Python, PHP, JavaScript, Lisp. All these comes under dynamic type. No need of variable declaration. Here, another thing is in this type of programming languages, the declaration of the variables is not there. We can use, suppose I want to say A is a variable. You can use it as A as a number or a letter or something like. So that sort of facility is there with that dynamic type. Altering data types is allowed. Suppose I want to use A as a number, we can use it. Suppose A as a letter or a character, we can use that. So that sort of facility is there in that. But when the error checking is done at the time of execution, the program execution becomes slow. The execution is faster in the case of this C or these are statically typed languages. Here in this process, the execution is slow. So next, mid-level programming language. We call this as C is a mid-level programming language. Even though we call it as a high-level language, no doubt it's a high-level language, but we can call it as a mid-level programming language. Why? Because it is nearer to the machine language. It is used for kernel developments. Kernel means it is the core of any operating system. A kernel is the one which is very core of any operating system. It is the responsible for the management and allocation of resources. The system has a memory and processor and different resources are there for the system. And this kernel programming is takes care of all this management of all the resources. How much memory should be allocated and what sort of memory should be allocated. All these are taken care of. So here it is. Memory and processors are the main resources. It allows operating system to communicate and control various external hardware devices. The operating system has to control all the devices which are connected to it, like keyboard, mouse, monitor, scanner, printer, modem, etc. Everything, all this should be controlled. So it's all this is taken care of by the kernel. So here are the different devices which are connected to the system. Next comes extensibility. You can extend this programming, like you can add extra code in the form of functions. The important feature in this is you write a number of functions and you can call it as extending the available C. Like we have written a program for a function, and that function can be used a number of times repeatedly. So this is a addition of new features and new operations to the C library. We can extend the already available C can be extended with the help of the functions we are developing. So that sort of facility is there. Next comes dynamic memory management. The memory management is dynamic and it is good, right? It utilizes the manage the size of the data during the runtime. The dynamic memory allocation is good means, suppose the data element is a very small one. So depending on that, we can allocate a lesser amount of memory to that particular variable. So depending on the data element, this allocates the memory. The memory can be released using free functions. So some functions are available there in C. Using these functions, we can release the memory. We need not extensively use the available memory, and the freeing of memory is possible. Next, pointers. It's a beautiful feature in C programming, and these pointers help in addressing the memory locations. So using that, we can deal with the memory addresses, and using these memory addresses, we deal with these data elements. We'll see that features in detail. Modularity. Modularity is another very important feature. This is dividing large programs into small parts. That's small functions like, and these functions can be utilized repeatedly. We can use a number of times. Executing individual function. You can execute individual function, or you can it can be used as a libraries. You can add it to the C and can be used as a library function in future. Reusability. We can, once you write a function, you can use it any number of times for the same purpose. Some sort of function is written for a purpose that can be reused many number of times, combining the results to get the final results. So you can run these functions separately and get your final result, right? So recursion, creating a function and making use of it many a times. So recursion, this sort of reusing the function many a number of times is called recursion. We can reuse it any number of times. Calling functions within the function. You can call a function within that function itself. It's a beautiful feature. And we'll see with examples when you get these functions. Rich set of built-in operators. Built-in operators are already available. Operators are many, and we can use these operators like arithmetic operations, relational operators. Relational in the sense of comparison. One is bigger or smaller or something like when you are comparing the elements, the comparison, and increment and decrement when you want to add something or decrease something, right? Conditional operators when you are comparing, when you want to write some sort of conditions, right? Some condition depending on, suppose if it's raining, you have to take an umbrella with you. So this sort of conditions can be incorporated. Assignment operators, right? All these are a rich set of built-in operators already available in C, and just we have to learn how to use them and implement features. Next, many languages follow the features of C. Many languages, other languages also, these features are utilized, and in the same lines, these other languages are also following. Arrays, strings, functions, etc. These are the features which are used by C++, Java, and C#. These are the languages which are developed later. These languages are utilizing this sort of same features which are available in C. So these programming languages are developed basing on the lines of C. These sort of similar functions are made available in these new languages. Can be used to operate the features of both low-level and high-level languages. So low-level as well as high-level languages features can be utilized. Popular. To develop a system software, the operating systems are developed using C language. So it's a very beautiful feature. The operating system in the sense the one which controls the entire computer, entire system. This system software can be developed using C. So you can understand how powerful the C language is. There are Unix, Linux, and OS for desktops, mobiles. All these are developed using C language. For the development of compilers, it can be used, right? To develop application software for enterprises, different enterprises like railways, hotels, hospitals, banking, very many, any industry, pharma, all these applications can be developed. Database can be developed using this. MS SQL server is developed using it. Browsers, number of browsers are also, Chrome is one which is developed using C. Network devices can be utilized. Modem, all these, right? Connecting devices. These are all programmed with the help of this C language. So embedded systems are many number of embedded systems also are developed using this. GUI, graphic user interface, means pictures. Using pictures, the applications are developed. So GUI applications are also developed using this. Adobe Photoshop is one example for this. Medical applications, right? Banking, gaming, mathematical, all these applications are can be developed using this. It's a procedural language. It means a series of steps are involved to solve a particular problem. So here we have a flow of the steps. We follow a certain series of steps to write a particular program. So this series of steps are used, and it is in the form of a particular pattern. A particular pattern is followed to write this series of steps to solve a program. System programming language. So to do low-level programming, this already we have seen. So the OS itself is developed using this. So for the development of kernels, drivers, all these Linux OS, MS, MySQL are written in C. And another thing is platform dependent. What the program, whatever you are writing, can be run on any machine, whatever it is, whether it is a Windows operating system or Mac or whatever it is. There won't be any change in the program we are writing in C. The same program can be taken to Windows OS or Mac OS or whatever it is, and we can run it. Standalone applications, standalone, it's only for your particular system we can develop these applications. Like, so these are the various features available in C, and these are all very powerful. And let us see all these in the coming modules. Thank you very much.